Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Friday, April 14th. It's 12:20 here, 12:20 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. So let me do that again with more enthusiasm. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is 4:14. It's Friday the 14th. It is April and it's 12:20 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. So let's check things out. This is a very, very interesting looking day, interesting weekend setup. I like what I'm seeing in general. So let's just rock through this real quick. All right. BitcoinLayView.com got more for you there. Well, but the same as I always have, to be honest with you. But go check it out. Go buy me a coffee if you so desire. I love seeing those little coffees come in. All right, looking at the crypto universe in squares today. It's in general green. It's a mix, but it's in general green. It's a very nice setup for Friday, for a weekend. Ethereum has been insane. I don't honestly know why. I believe there's an upgrade coming out, but it's been insane. XRP doing really well. It's just great. So we have a nice, beautiful, beautiful green chart. I like what I see when I look at the universe, the crypto universe in squares. Bitcoin right now down 0.47. And that's 24 hours. Dominance at 45.59%. It's a good enough spot. Bitcoin's been doing well. It's holding above 30,000, coming in at 30,281 right now. That is really nice as we roll into this Friday. Okay, looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly, last 24 hours, 6.3 billion. That's really not bad for a Friday. That's really not bad for this week. It's up 49% or 50% basically last 24 hours. That is pretty darn rocking. I'll take it. All right, looking at Rects. I'm gonna reload this thing here. Looking at Rects liquidations for Bitcoin last 24 hours. I'm sorry, last hour is 7.8. Well, basically round up to 7.9 billion. Rects basically liquidated longs or shorts last hour. That's pretty high. I like to see it below 1. Really, even below 3 or so isn't so bad. So people are trying to trade this. People are trading with leverage hard this volatility right now, and not all of them are winning. Last 24 hours, Rects, I like to see it below 100 million. It's at 292 million. So definitely the longers and the shorters out there, both last 24 hours and the last hour, are trying too hard. All right, so don't wreck yourself, people. Dow down 0.72 right now. Nasdaq down what? Down 0.7. S&P 500 down 0.54. Down 0.54. Look at the S&P 500. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's really a mix, but pretty much a mix towards the red. Not a really happening day in the market. Now, as we look at that last hour, as you can see, well, last couple hours. If we go back to like 15. Let's see, that's noon right about now. This would be like the 14th. This would be like midnight. This was 6 p.m. Pacific time yesterday. Had a bit of a pump that took out a lot of shorts. Then of course it came right back down. Took out some longs. This one here, right around 5:45 in the morning here Pacific time, that wrecked a lot of longs right there. Then of course it just cascaded until they got rid of the longs they wanted to. Then they started to pump it and took some shorts with them. So anyway, guys, and also ultimately this is just kind of a big exaggerated BART pattern, as you can see, where it actually a BART usually will get a perfect BART is right where you started, like would have been like right about here maybe, or here. This one actually went below. I call that kind of an extended BART pattern, because a lot of people probably thought, this is where they really faked a lot of people out and wrecked some longs and shorts. So people were probably expecting it to bounce, but then of course it didn't. It threw some bodies and some wicks down here in the 15-minute chart. So definitely, in my opinion, big money is creating liquidity. That's why, and also of course the exchanges just don't want to carry that leverage. So let's check out I should actually, before I look at that, I should actually change my little flow of things here. Before I look at that, I should look at the, where is that amount of, where is that thing? Where is it at? Sorry guys, where is that thing? I want to see, not liquidation, exchange. That's not what I want, is it? I want to see the, oh, sorry, guys. I'm having a moment. Sorry, hot flash. Anyway, sorry. It'll come to me. I want to see the amount of. There we go. I want to see the amount of longs. Okay, now I know where it is. I'm sorry about that. Looking at spot trading volume, I need to look at this before I look at the that chart just previously. So looking at spot trading volume, we're up. We're kind of going into the weekend. If you look at overall the last 7 days, we've really seen this kind of an uptrend as we move along, although it's been very volatile. L Bank here, gosh, you could trade this, gosh, couldn't you, if they have a token, huh? Anyway, Binance is up 44% last 24 hours. It's looking good. Everybody top 20, they're all in the green. Most aren't up above 50% gain in volume last 24 hours, but they're getting there. Coinbase exchange is up 52%, so definitely grandma's buying some grandma, somebody instant messaged her on AOL and told her to buy some Bitcoin. Anyway, looking at derivatives. Okay, here you go. Here's the problem. Watch out, right? We're at 69 billion in derivatives, basically longs or shorts with leverage on Binance. When it gets above 50, I would just be careful. I've been just watching. I kind of want to chart this out somehow. I need to do some Python programming and look at this and make kind of make an indicator for this, because I'm telling you, the longs and shorts, the rects get when you get about 50 billion to 60 billion, you're kind of safe. It seems like when you get into the 60s, definitely in the 70s, that's great, because a lot of leverage is happening, and that can be a positive thing ultimately. People are making money, but it also creates volatility where the exchanges, in my opinion, and the big money see a chance to. Well, the exchanges see a chance to make money. Then, of course, also the big money outside the exchanges, many of the exchanges too, they see an opportunity to wreck longs and shorts with leverage and create liquidity and buy it. Because I do still believe that people are outright just the big money is still stacking Bitcoin. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, they are doing it. So, and how do they get it? They wreck, $1 million longs. Look, there it is. Let's wreck it. Oh, look, a $5 million short. Let's wreck it. And I watch it happen, and I go, people, good heavens. But anyway, so our derivatives right now are kind of high on Binance. Watch out. We might see more volatility because they want your Bitcoin. All right. Now, looking at, I'm going to make an indicator for that, actually. I need to pull that data from Binance or somebody. Binance, I'd use a VPN for that one, though. But Binance, pull that. If I get that long versus short, if I can get that number, or if I can add it up, that derivative number, I could chart that along with the rects and shorts, like longs and shorts, and I bet you we could correlate an actual range where they dump it. And you could go back and look over time, and you could see that. So I'm gonna start working on that. Anyway, 30,295 right now. That's a great spot for Bitcoin. Wonderful. Looking at the top 100, some of these are rocking. Some are kind of just sitting there doing, but some are rocking. Like Arbitrum, ARB, 20%. Injective, I mean, woo, 27%. That thing is insane. That's definitely the big maker of the day. Loopring coming in at 10%. I like that. It's just a darn good day. Lido DAO, watch this one to run. LDO, this one definitely likes to pump when the market gets volatile on the upwards persuasion. Rocket Pool up 10%, RPL. So we got definitely some alts are making some crazy ass money. Ethereum just 3.3% right now, but it's been doing great. So we'll check that out. So anyway, what is the persuasion of longs versus shorts? It is 46% long, 53% short for Bitcoin on Binance. So the sentiment is basically, it is short. So be careful. These guys tend to know. All right. So just beware. We're probably going to see, in my opinion, probably a short squeeze coming, or who knows what. But you know what I'm talking about. Just forget it. It's just problem doing this live is I just do it. And sorry, no camera today. I'll get that up tomorrow. It's to be honest with you, it's a pain in the ass when it doesn't work. I'll get it working again. Injective, this is ING versus USDT. As you can see, it's a 4-hour chart. Beautiful upwards channel. This thing has been doing great. Very, very powerful. Look at that. It exploded. That is powerful. Broke above the top of this channel. I don't know what to do with this thing. I love what it's doing. I'm looking at a 45-minute chart here. It's getting some sideways action here. Look at that squeeze indicator. This thing is way pumped. I'm just going to watch this one. I I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Maybe it will continue. Ones like this are kind of fun to just throw like fib levels at, kind of like this. You might see that it comes down to that dot 5 or something, or maybe even the top of this channel could become support, and that'd be the 618 golden pocket right there, and that would be glorious now, wouldn't it? That would be a logical bounce spot if it finds support there. Could be something, if the market stays strong throughout the weekend, could be an interesting thing to get in on. So just saying, I like what I'm seeing there. So just want to watch. It's overextended right now. I really wouldn't get in on it, but definitely let's watch for a powerful retrace here. I'm wondering about the top of the golden pocket right now. That would be, a buy at about 7.770 would be right there. And you could even do this. Check this out, okay? Not financial advice, all right? I'm a crazy person, but here's the deal. If you look at this fib sequence, it's right here on top of the channel. Now, what if you had a buy at right about like 7.770, and then you had a stop loss at like 7.707, or a little bit below that? I mean, definitely a little bit below that. But I'm going to watch this thing come down. And if it looks like it's going to find support and start moving, the 618 is a proud spot to bounce. If this thing has more energy on, if I see it firing up here in the squeeze indicator, I'll definitely maybe get back in. That's pretty darn powerful. I like what I'm seeing. And anyway, so that's just what I watch. INJ is losing its damn mind. Definitely one to be trading. Let's look at ETH versus USDT here on Binance, where the longs and shorts get wrecked. What did I have going on there? I had a line back in the day. Okay, this is, yeah, there you go. That's kind of legacy there, that ray. But anyway, as you can see, Ethereum's been doing insane. This is a 4-hour chart. This thing has been doing great. Definitely, it just out of nowhere, just freaking mooned. I think it was like 11% yesterday. Now it's retracing, finding support. So I don't have more indicators for you. I got to fix my stuff. I'm just things are a little bit crazy over here, and I gotta renew my trading view. But like I say, I'm debating. Sorry guys, it's all internal paperwork and housekeeping. I gotta fix my crap. So sorry. I'll get all my fancy indicators back very, very shortly. Let's see, ETH versus USDT. So it pumped. It's going crazy. It's retracing. I mean, this is one of the ones too. You could kind of, like I say, it's all about the 200 moving average. It's looking great. This thing is wonderful. It's just but how do you even really play it? This is like a lot of things like this right now. They lost their mind. It's beautiful. If you were in, then you were in, and you made some serious crazy ass money, and that's wonderful. But this upwards channel, definitely. Here's another one. Check this out. Okay, 4-hour chart. We call this an upwards channel. All right, it's coming down. Is it going to find support on top of this? See, to me, one of my favorite trades is if so watch ETH for this. What if it comes down, finds a little bouncy, and starts moving back up again? I don't know. I find some of the most powerful trades that I get in on are when something comes down, finds support on top of that channel, makes the top of that channel the bottom of its new one. That is glorious. So I'm going to watch both INJ and Ethereum for that, because that's just pretty darn spanky cool, So watch that. Binance. Let's look at Bitcoin on Binance. Really, the story of the day here is it's a 4-hour chart. It's still well above the 200 moving average. It pumped a bit recently. It retraced some. It wiped the longs, wiped the shorts. We got the squeeze indicators beginning to relent a little bit now. It's all about, is squeeze indicator is it going to do this, go back into the red and then come back up, or is it going to actually bounce here and start moving again? We just don't know. So I'm going to keep an eye on this guy. But what makes me happy, though, is you can see what's kind of good enough for me is we've got this going on. We have a nice sideways range rocking here, although as you can see, Bitcoin just lost its mind and hopped out of it. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to just chill and let it do what it's going to do. In general, what makes me happy, super happy, is just seeing this right now is Bitcoin is, you can see it's been ranging sideways. That's good enough, but it's above the 200 moving average, and it's continuing to go sideways. And literally, like, the longer we stay above the 200 moving average, the better. So on the 45-minute chart, the longer we stay above it, we've got above it right about here, and we're still above it. So that's 4 days, 19 hours, and 30 minutes. Okay, that's wonderful. That's a lot of time. You'll just see alts continue to crank as Bitcoin keeps this sideways and stays above the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. I find that to be really one of my super indicators for that I definitely weigh that as far as confidence when I'm trading alts. So, if Bitcoin does like this, bonk, below the 200 moving average, maybe it's going to come down and make the top, make once again like many other things are doing. Kind of the top of the sideways range could become the new top. It could be, but still, if we break this 200, that's not going to be pretty. You'll probably see a lot of the alts lose some of their confidence. So what I would actually I shouldn't say suggest, but I like this sideways action. I'll take it. Let's just see what happens. This is a lot of pump right now, but you can see right here, Bitcoin recently kind of completed. Oh, look at that! As we saw that augmented or extended BART pattern, because that's really what it is. You would have expected this guy here to have sort of bounced right about like here, if it was a BART pattern, but it didn't. And these little wicks here really probably are what wrecked some setup longs, if you ask me. People thought it was going to bounce, and it didn't. So anyway, this is just a great chart. It's a great chart. I wonder if you could, you could actually, a little bit of creative license here. You could, I can call it an uphill. No, let's call this an upwards channel. That kind of looks like a channel to me. It's beginning to form one. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Can we see an upwards channel here? It's just out. It's all over the place. How do I play that? I mean, all I know for sure is that we got this going on. We have a range, and I kind of like that. And now we just pump. So it's all about what's this thing going to do? Are we going to see a new little this upward channel that it had going on is just broken? So is Bitcoin going to get back in that? I don't know. Let's just see what happens. So I don't have all my indicators. I wish I kind of did. I'll get them back for really darn soon so we can see things better. But it would not surprise me if we find a new sideways on top of this channel. So here's something I've seen Bitcoin do before. Oh, I'm starting to get my spidey senses are starting to tingle. Just check this out. So this is a sideways channel, a little bit of upwards momentum to it. Okay, let's nix this thing. Okay, nix, go away. What if we get some action like this? What if I've seen Bitcoin do this? I've seen other coins do it too. Boom, look at that. Oh, that's pretty darn spiffy, isn't it? What if the new channel just becomes another slightwards upwards channel, which definitely is going to give alts the opportunity to just friggin' rock. What if now the top of this channel we've been in becomes the bottom of the new one? I've seen this happen before. It tends to be a powerful thing. So we're seeing that with like INJ with its upwards channel. Maybe it's going to bounce there. Is ETH going to do it? Is big, in a way, I mean, you could call it, this is like it's a range, but we could also call it a sideways channel, which just pumped. We're going to find, now that becomes the top of this one, becomes the bottom of the new one. Let's just watch. It's a weekend. We're going into a weekend with some interesting energons here in the market. So I'll take it. When it really comes down to it, what makes me abundantly happy is just the fact that on the 45-minute chart, we are staying well below this 200 moving average. Looks like we're going to hold that. I'm not even getting ready to challenge it. This is just wonderful. If Bitcoin keeps this slight, you could actually, here you go. Let me get a little bit, creative once again. If you almost wanted to call this an upwards channel, I'll go with that. If we can hold that and keep out the 200 moving average on the, let's say 45-minute chart here, that's going to be explosion of gorgeousness for the alts. They're going to crank. And also the squeeze indicator, if you ask me, is looking at this guy's is kind of holding the bottom of this channel that we just created. I would bet you that the squeeze indicator is about to start turning positive. And when it does, and we see this run back up to here, if we do, this would be kind of a buy zone. If I had some extra cash laying around, if I really wanted to be, hardcore, crazy white knuckle trader, I'd hop in and I'd put a stop right below the bottom of this channel and I would ride this sucker to the top. Bam. And what would that be if we were to hop on a, let me use the, where's that thing? The forecast. What would that be? That'd be about 4%, 4 or 5% you could get, so just saying, you could go forth and trade as you see fit. But that's, I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about it. Now, let's keep looking at the traditional market real quick. We'll wrap this up. DXY green day today, which is kind of wrecking the indexes, but not hurting crypto. No big deal there. A better look at the SPX. How's that one looking here on the daily chart? SPX, it is in a roundabout way working on getting back into the upwards channel that it had. If it does, it's going to be great. It's above the 200 moving average, and I think the 314 too, but I don't have my 314 on here because I can't use many indicators or else they'll be mean to me. Gold, gold dumping today, probably because DXY is strong. Silver, how's that looking? Weak today too. But overall, I mean, silver and gold have a beautiful uptrend going on the daily. And then, of course, U.S. oil spot. Let's look at that. How's that looking per barrel? Okay, here's the deal. I know a lot of people were like freaking, like, oh my God, and oil will very well maybe $100 a barrel next week. You never know what's going to happen. But it did have this powerful run up here, as we know, which freaked a lot of people out. And they were thinking it was going to break this 200 on the daily and just keep moving. And we'd be back to $100 or $90. And that's not good for anybody. So it does appear that it's finding on the daily chart resistance to the 200 moving average. And if you ask me, I'm beginning to see signs of it being rejected on that 200 moving average. And so really, we had the expensive gas, it's $5 for a gallon for regular on average right here in Phoenix, which nobody's happy with. I think part of that is remnants of the holiday weekend. I'm not exactly sure, I think that's why it pumped. Our gas prices at the pump, why they pumped at the pump. But I think if we get rejected here, we'll probably cruise back down here into the buy zone. Would not surprise me if, can you short this? If big money's shorting it, and then they'll buy it here and then they'll long it. Because this pattern, look at that. That's just so consistent. I don't see why it's going to change, even though it had some, serious energons recently. Okay, let's nix this stuff. So anyway, I think oil is going to chill, at least for a moment. Now, this is something important. This is Operation Chokepoint here at Air Library. I don't know this group. They're new to me. But Operation Checkpoint 2.0, if you want to get in the Operation Checkpoint, what is it? I'm sorry, Chokepoint, Operation Chokepoint. They go over what the original one was, and they go over also what is the security, what is the SEC doing to kind of be a pain in crypto's ass, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this guy here is very knowledgeable, Thomas Hogan. He's new to me, but Operation Chokepoint 2.0, he's talking about an Operation Chokepoint 2.0, an ongoing kind of attack on crypto. And the crypto crackdown explained by Thomas Hogan. And like I say, he also gets into what is the security, how are they trying to call something security? Are they really, which is kind of, he helped me understand really like what exactly that means, especially as it is with crypto. So this one I listened to, and if you would like to get into what is the SEC and the administration, the Biden administration, and I'm not picking on them. Trump didn't like crypto either. I mean, he even called it a scam. So anyway, I mean, but whatever, the current administration, and this goes back to the Obama administration, is the original Chokepoint, but it's a little bit different. So now we have Chokepoint 2.0 coming out, and Thomas Hogan is not the first person to talk about this. I think this has value if you'd really like to get into some of the legalities and how they're trying to kind of great reset crypto. They also talk about a central bank digital currency, CBDCs, and that has some value. This is really good. It's 45 minutes that I'm telling you, it really, honest to God, will not be a waste of your time. So I'm gonna put this in the live chat right here, and I'll also go back and I'll put it in live chat. There it is. It is in the live chat. So if you want, I'll comment it too. I'll make this a comment on the video. So anyway, guys and gals, as we sign off, remember, stop killing ducks to make duct tape. It's the most terrible thing ever. But one thing you should not stop doing is don't stop buying. Don't stop. Not financial advice, but don't keep stacking those Bitcoin Satoshi Sats, because you know what? This game ain't over. I think good's winning in the world, and for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, it is the absolute. I mean, you are putting your soul down. You are nailing your clothes to the mast, and you're saying, "I believe in a beautiful future, in spite all these globalist assholes that want to nuke us all. I believe in something greater," and I think that's wonderful. So, thank you for being a Bitcoin truth seeker. Thank you for being part of the peaceful revolution, the first global one. I mean, borderless peaceful revolution. It may not seem like it's happening right now, but I see that more than I see all this other nonsense. And anyway, take care, and I will see you again as soon as possible with my camera and with my proper indicators. Take care.